Okay, this is just gonna, I don't know, I don't really have anything to talk about, but I'm just kind of bored and I'm stuck in traffic, so I kind of am just gonna rant, I guess, about something that's been bothering me. It doesn't have anything to do with motorcycles, so if that's all you're here for, then click off now, because I'm gonna rant about video games and computers and all that bullshit. Basically, I'm just kind of annoyed with how unoptimized everything's become nowadays. It feels like almost impossible to run anything at, like, especially gaming wise, it feels impossible to run anything at a stable frame rate. And maybe that's just because I'm using older hardware. Because I mean, I did have a really old Ryzen 5 1600X that I was using for like the last 9 years, and I just recently upgraded it, and that's kind of why I'm upset. It's because I upgraded to a 3800X, a Ryzen 7, so it's an 8-core processor, and I would be under the assumption like, oh yeah, that should be able to run basically everything pretty okay, and it does for the most part. Like all of the old games that I play, it runs them at a stable like 80 to 90 FPS, but that's about it. Like I get a little bit more FPS. Don't even get me started on modern games. Like anything made in the last 5 years, I'm lucky if I can hit stable 70 on high settings. Of course, that also has to do with the GPU. I'm only using a 6700 XT. So, yeah, maybe it's just because I keep choosing to use mid-tier parts, but I don't know. It just kind of irks me that, especially now with all the AI stuff that's raising prices, like how much you have to spend on a computer to even get anything that runs at a stable 100 FPS. And I mean, it's fine. Like the computer's perfectly fine for anything other than gaming. Like if I was just using it for video editing, which most of the time I do, it's fine. It works perfectly fine. But anytime I want to do any kind of like any kind of hard games to run, I don't know, it just doesn't really do as well as I hoped it was going to. So I'm just kind of disappointed on that front. But I can't really complain because I mean I bought the CPU off of eBay. It's in good condition, and hopefully I got it for a cheap price too, so that's the only reason I'm not too upset about the performance, is because I got it for so cheap that it gave me a noticeable performance boost. But I think I'm just so far behind on what modern specs are that I'm never going to catch up unless I build an entirely new computer. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is it's just, I don't know, I'm upset with how badly optimized modern games have become, to the point where you're forced to buy brand new hardware to run anything stable, unless you want it to look like a potato. Which, I mean, it doesn't really bother me much. I just kind of wished game developers would take a little bit more time to optimize their games more. I'm tired of having to fiddle around with the settings so much just to get anything to run decently without looking like absolute trash. Other than that, yeah, like the new CPU's definitely been really nice for all this video editing I've been doing, because now I kind of have the choice, whereas before, when I was using the Ryzen 5, I basically would strictly hardware encode all my videos. So I'd just basically send them to my GPU because my GPU could handle it. And now that I've upgraded to a newer processor, it's a lot faster. So I've got the option to either render using my CPU or render using my GPU. And I kind of just, I change every video. I usually switch back and forth between just the standard, I think it's the H.264 rendering, and then the hardware assisted, it's like VIAPP something. I would have to put it up on screen. I don't remember what it's called, but having the option to not force forcibly like throttle my GPU when I'm rendering videos is really nice, because then I have the option, like I can still multitask. That's the nicest thing about having the 8 cores now, is I have way more processing power for multitasking, because that's something that like I'm in a really bad habit of, is I'll just be sitting on my computer doing nothing, and then I'll just be like, okay, let's throw up like some random YouTube video in the background, and then have 16 other tabs open. Oh, but I also want to like play this game minimized in the corner of my screen, because I don't really want to focus on it too much, but I kind of want to like do something. So maybe in the future, if hardware prices ever decide to come down, I will decide to upgrade to a computer that's actually a lot stronger for like gaming, because right now I've mostly been building my computers to be mid to high tier, so they're not the most powerful thing, but they work, and that's all I need them to do. So can't complain too much, but I'm going to complain about the state of gaming. So yeah, that's kind of all I got to rant about right now. I don't really want to bore you with any more of the stupid problems that I have, that first world problems that I'm complaining about. Alright, that's all I got. See you later. Maybe. Yeah. Ooh, for sale.